Assalamu alaikum students. I hope you all are doing well. Today we are going to study immune system, types of immune cells. Immune system, the state or quality of being resistant to particular infectious disease or pathogen, can be referred as the immune system of the body. Immune system is basically the defense system of your body, and it could be of two types: external defense and the internal defense. The external defense is basically the defense system that is the physical barrier against the pathogens from entering the body. And the basic components of this external defense system are as follows: the skin, the tears, mucus, saliva, stomach acid, cilia, and beneficial bacteria in the intestines. So they are the physical barriers which prevent the pathogens from entering the main bloodstream of your body, or the inner aspects of your body. So internal defense system is the body's internal defense system, also known as the immune system. The actual immune system is a collection of cells and proteins that protect the body from invaders like bacteria, viruses, and other microbes. So internal defense system actually acts against the pathogens that enters the body. So it defends the body from the inside. Now, there can be three lines of defense. First line of defense is non-specific barriers, or the physical barriers, skins and mucous membranes. They are the external defense. This is the external defense system. The second line of defense of the human body is the non-specific petrol, that is leukocytes, phagocytic white blood cells. The third line is the true immune system, which is the B cells and T cells. We will later discuss in this video. And this immune system is also referred as the acquired immunity. So here you can see the basic junctions where the immune cells are present in clusters: adenoids, tonsils, thymus, bone marrow, axillary lymph nodes, intestines, pire patches, spleen, lingual lymph nodes, and appendix, etc. These are the zones. Basically, majority are the lymph zones and the bone marrow, where their maturation of the white blood cells occur, or the production of white blood cells. So they are the zones of the where the else body acquires its immunity. Now comes the cells of the immune system. So all types of white blood cells, widely and broadly, can be referred as the cells of the immune system. So there are two types of the white blood cells. The white blood cells can be categorized into two types. One are of the phagocytic function, and the second are referred as the lymphocytes. So what are phagocytes? A type of cell within the body capable of engulfing and absorbing bacteria and other small cells and particles. So phagocytes are those types of cells which has some enzymes that can basically dissolve the pathogens, that can kill the pathogens. So the function which phagocytes perform is they engulf the bacteria or virus or any other pathogen and then dissolves it within the body. And these are the further types of white blood cells, and they are categorized as the phagocytic cells. So phagocytic function के साथ हमारे पास कौन कौन से cells आ जाते हैं? That are the neutrophils, basophils, and macrophages. Neutrophils are the first immune cells to respond to infections such as those caused by bacteria or viruses. They are the primary defense cells, which attacks the bacteria and viruses, engulfs them, and then ingest them and digest them with the enzymes present in them. Then comes the basophils. Basophils releases enzymes, histamines, and heparin to help the body respond to allergens. So basophils are responsible for the allergic reactions of the body, the inflammatory reactions, any allergy or allergic reaction or any inflammation that is referred to the exposure to any allergen is can be designated as the function of basophils. Then come the macrophages. So macrophages in their early stages can be referred as the monocytes or eosinophils. So monocytes basically engulfs the pathogens and I'm sorry, I'm mistaken. They are not eosinophils. Monocytes can be referred as the matured monocytes can be referred as macrophages. So monocytes basically engulfs the pathogens and then they become enlarged by the digestion of that pathogen and they become the macrophages. Mature monocytes can be referred as the macrophages. So we can read its definition: a large phagocytic cell found in stationary form in the tissues or as a mobile white blood cell, especially at the sites of the infection. They can be easily recognized. Lymphocytes, smaller than phagocytes, have large nucleus. So lymphocytes are referred as of non-phagocytic function. They will not engulf the pathogen. They will not ingest the pathogen. Rather, they will secrete the chemicals or the antibodies to kill the pathogens outside the lymphocytes. So they can be categorized as B lymphocytes and the T lymphocytes. B lymphocytes remain in bone marrow. You can remember as the word B in the beginning. It is also named so because they remain in bone marrow till their maturation. Found concentrated in lymph nodes and spleen and produce antibodies. Whereas T lymphocytes are though form in bone marrow, but they collect in thymus. The thymus is a organ that is present just in the throat. Uh, T cells are also called the killer cells. T cells are referred also as the killer cells, whereas the lymphocytes जो है, that B lymphocytes are referred as the uh, producers of antibodies. So you can refer as why they are called the killer cells, because their action is acute, of acute nature. They kill the pathogens just as and when found. Whereas B lymphocytes recognize the pathogen and develops the antibodies, release the antibodies, and it is a chronic response because the antibodies will remain in the bloodstream for a long period of time. Now, this is the diagram of the various types of white blood cells. These are the neutrophils, they are the eosinophils, allergic symptoms, as I told you before. They are the basophils, their role in asthma. In asthma, the allergic reaction is produced by the basophils. The airways, air passageways get swollen. These are the lymphocytes, and this is the monocyte, which eventually becomes into a macrophage. So there are two types of responses against the pathogens within the body. One is the phagocytic response, and the second is the lymphocytic response. So, phagocytic response will always refer to a response in a body where the pathogen is physically engulfed by the cell, the defense cell, and it will be ingested and digested. Whereas the lymphocytic response refers to the production of antibodies and the chemicals which will dissolve the cell, dissolve the pathogen outside the cell. Now, thank you very much for listening.